ESPN's former president or CEO, John Skipper, makes a bold prediction about the future of ESPN. So let's get right into it. Before we play the clip, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and after the clip, we can come back and react to it.
A minority stake.
I think selling a minority stake is just a tactic to try to increase your valuation and solve some of the problems you have right now. And Walt Disney Company has a lot of debt. ESPN still generates a lot of cash. And I still believe that the entirety of ESPN will not be spun off and sold because I think it's still a valuable asset. And in a subscription world, sports is going to ultimately end up being very important. So I don't know why you would get rid of the most powerful sports brand. So I think they want to keep it, probably get some cash in house to drive the stock up and drive the debt down. But David understands some of this better, much of this better than I do. David, what do you think about that?
I don't see a deal anywhere where Walt Disney will be able to sell a limited partnership share to anybody for ESPN, to say nothing of the leagues. I do see a path to control deal where there is money that's put in that pays down Disney debt, that bolsters and buttresses their stock price, that gives them, and you've done these deals, John. You did this with BAMTech, and you did this with MLB, where it's almost a put-call situation. And that, to me, is the only way that you'll get value.
Explain that.
All right, so you heard what he had to say, and I thought this was an interesting take. And throughout my ESPN videos, I've been kind of discussing, going back and forth with some of the viewers about why would ESPN go out there and do all that foolishness, or why would Walt Disney do all that foolishness with the network right now? It looks like some self-sabotage, and why would they do that? A lot of perspective that's been put out there is that's just ESPN or Walt Disney being about driving these woke narratives, feminism, race, politics into sports, which I could see happening. But ultimately, from a business perspective, I do not see the end goal of doing something like that, because these guys are specialists. These guys make money. And if we have access to the analytics, just even on a surface level, to enough data to let us know that, okay, the ratings are dropping, the viewers are unhappy with the quality of the product, there is no way that such a big, well-oiled machine such as Walt Disney or ESPN is unaware of all these things. There's no way they do not know that the overall perception surrounding Malika Andrews or Kendrick Perkins forever is very negative, to say the least. That there are actually people canceling their subscription to ESPN just because you kept these guys on TV. That there are people that were super happy, not even people, the overall majority of the viewership was very happy with the cast of Mike Green, Jeff Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson on TV, and you still went out there and got them up out the way for no reason. To promote Doris Burke, who people like, but it's also been well known that she's boring sometimes on TV, and adding Doc Rivers out of nowhere. That's not even the most popular guy. That's just weird that they would go out there to that. So it's also been addressed in the press by Bob Iger, and I guess he's just out there planting that seed that is looking for sellers, for partnerships, even in some weird places like the NBA or the NFL, kind of putting us under the impression that they're desperate out there and they're just trying to generate some cash flow by any means. And the perspective that John Skipper and the specialist David Sermon brought up about them selling just a little bit, not enough to lose control over ESPN is still an asset, but enough for them to generate cash flow that they lack right now and launch the business right back up, but with better numbers, makes a lot of sense. Here's why: because we are in a what have you done for me type of society right now, meaning that currently I'm pretty sure ESPN is aware that the world is pretty much mad at all of their decisions, that some people have turned their backs on the network, but they also know how this whole thing works. That if they go out there, recruit the highest level the highest personalities, or they go out there and put some quality content on TV that's above the quality that's out there on Undisputed, for example, who's very weakened by the departure of Shannon Sharp, they can bring all of these lost subscribers right back. And I believe this is why they're still willing, although they are, laying off, cutting off some salaries, they're still willing to go out there and pay a Pat McAfee like 80 mil to lure in his audience. That when Stephen A. Smith's contract is up, they will pay him the big bucks to keep him. That they are being rumored to lurk around Shannon Sharp, who's probably going to ask for a lot of money. That in 2025, once Colin Cowherd's deal is up, they will try and recruit him. It's because they know that if they're still able to gather all of the top guys on TV, that they will at some point bring back enough subscribers for them to be in the green again when it comes to a financial standpoint. So I'm glad I actually watched this little video about, John Skipper and David Sampson, because this makes a lot more sense about where ESPN is actually headed, in my opinion. But that's just my take. We're going to cut the video right here. I appreciate you guys for checking me out. Please get in the comment section and give me your thoughts about my theory, about the direction of ESPN. And please like the video again. Subscribe to the channel. See you guys later with more content. Peace.